everybody. Welcome back to our second season of Down Syndrome, 21st Perspectives. I'm here with Monique Gardner, one of our co-hosts, and her son has actually performed in the dance pieces of our next guest. Our guest is Cammie O'Hara. She joins us today from Dance Pointe. She's the owner. She's been changing the lives of kids with disabilities one step at a time. She offers dance classes to individuals of all abilities. She has more than 30 years of dance performance and teaching experience in all types of dance. She's done numerous events herself, including performing in Disneyland, in California, the Miss Texas pageant, and the Dallas Cowboys halftime show.
That's new.
That is amazing, right?
That was fun.
And so now you're sharing this love of performance with kids with disabilities.
Absolutely.
And Monique, you have a special connection because of your son.
Yep, absolutely. And Marley loves coming to the Dance Pointe. So we're super excited to have Cammie here with us today and to share a little bit about this exciting work and this exciting calling is what I call, the way I see it.
I agree. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we're happy to have you here. So tell us a little more about this program. What happens with the kids? Maybe how did it get started?
Okay.
It's such a vision.
Actually, my daughter started this up with me.
She did.
So when she knew that this had been on my heart for a really, really long time. And for some reason, my fears were just getting in the way. And finally, she's actually one who said, Mama, you got to do this.
Oh, I love it.
You got to do this. And I want to be a part of it with you.
She gave you the push.
So she did. And her wanting to walk alongside me, that meant the world to me. As a dancer my entire life, it's just a passion. It just brings me so much joy. And I wanted to bring that same joy to individuals with special needs. And it just was so organic. It really was. I mean, I did the trainings through the Boston Ballet. You know, they're kind of the originators of adaptive dance. And I did all the things that I felt like I needed to do, but you just never know until you get there. And I tell you what, it's not me bringing them joy or dance bringing them joy. They have brought me so much joy. And so for the past 4.5 years, we have just had the most beautiful dancers come through. They've been ranging in age of about 7 to age 42. Yeah.
Which is amazing.
Yeah.
Right? The range of kids.
Yes. And so, the program, I call it inclusive in nature. Now, it is for individuals with IDD. We do have some that have cerebral palsy, Down syndrome, autism. It is inclusive in nature in that I set it up as if they were walking into any dance studio anywhere. So any neurotypical class that they would sign up for, they're going to come in and we're going to do warm up. We're going to stretch. We're going to learn technique and we're going to learn the language, the proper language. We go across the floor. They learn choreography. And the best part about it is they celebrate each other like I have never seen before. It is just the most amazing thing. And I think that's what's missing in like the neurotypical classes, right? We need to celebrate each other more. Yes. And that's what they do so well. But so the classes are structured like any other class. It is just suited for their abilities.
I love it. And you can see it. I was so impressed to open the website and see Marley on the front page in full motion, ready to go, right?
And that's an older picture.
That is an older picture.
Now fast forward to today.
Gosh,
but I will tell you that just to what you just mentioned about like the way they celebrate each other, you can't even put it into words. You just really have to experience it. So I hope that we can share some snippets of that on the podcast.
Yes, in fact, we have some footage from Dance Pointe of Marley and his buddy on the dance floor. They're singing their hearts out. And here's another clip of Cammie's students performing a number. Tell me a little bit about what that's like for Marley. Does he come out super pumped? I mean, that looks amazing.
Absolutely. So Marley just on any given day is dancing, right? And listening to his music on his headphones. And so to find a place where there are other kids like him who are engaging and doing the same thing, it validates who he is as a person. but it also makes him feel included, right? When he knows that he's different, right? Or has different abilities is the way I like to describe it. And so really coming into Cammie's class and the way that she has groomed the kids, like they have grown. Like I said, Marley started 4 years ago. He was one of our first kids. And guess what? He's so comfortable. He enjoys it. He's met friends as a result of her classes. And I'd like to say too, though, that or comment rather on Cammie's resiliency. Like, I just feel like not only is her heart in it, but her passion is there, you know, to really find, like she said, she's created the environment, right, that's conducive to these kids really engaging. And also finding the places, finding the people, the resources to really put all of this together. So I just applaud you for it because it's really, really fascinating and amazing.
You've performed in some pretty amazing spaces too and places.
Yes.
Can you talk a little bit about where you've had your kids perform there?
Oh my gosh, yeah. So we've been at the Hobby Center. We have the Sugarland Holiday Showcase. The most recent one was for the Houston Rockets. So I know, right?
Yeah, awesome. I know.
Wow.
And the kids get out there
They
and
had to be
ready.
so pumped.
Yeah. It's
What a
been
great experience.
Oh my gosh, yes. They have anywhere that will allow us to perform, we get out there and perform. And of course, the different organizations like Down Syndrome Association of Houston, Mikey's Place. There's a lot of them that, you know, of course, they want us there and welcome us. And I think that's amazing. But then when places like that, like
Baker
Sugarland and Houston Rockets,
right.
and they say, yeah, bring it on. You know, that to me, that's something really special.
Really special.
Which is so necessary, right? You're creating the environment for inclusion, right? So why not show the world?
Absolutely.
Right? Why not put them on display for other people
Absolutely.
to see that they can do the same things that neurotypical kids can do, you know? So that's the part that I is so amazing and fascinating. And I was going to say too that your own kids actually volunteer.
Yes. Actually, my daughter, she actually volunteered in the classes as well. And she has a much calmer personality than I have.
We balance each other out.
We definitely balanced each other out. And then my son, he graduated from high school in 2021. And that was the year that when we first started this. And so he and his friends were our very first volunteers.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah.
I remember. And he would talk about, oh my gosh, okay, I got to get this move. You know, I got to get these steps, right?
Love it.
Like everybody, we all learn the steps, right? Yeah. And it's just, I mean, just I wanted you to speak to, like, how is it that you, I guess, do you change anything about the way you would teach a person who's not with an IDD or disability in this way? Or how do you approach it?
Honestly, no, because they're human beings, just like, you know, like everybody else.
Absolutely.
And for me, you're right, I have such a passion for it, but also I bring humor to it as well. Okay. And so I've kind of always done that, no matter where I taught. And that seems to resonate with them and puts them at ease. The difference, honestly, is maybe the pace is a little bit slower. Maybe the technique level is just a little bit different. Sure. But, you know, I still use music that they enjoy, and I'm still choreographing, you know, as if they're going to go out and perform it, even if they're just going to do it right there in class. Yes. But I guess one other difference is, and it's something that I think we can all use no matter who we're, you know, dealing with on a day-to-day basis, is just that respect and realizing, you know what, the way in which I speak to someone, I want to make sure that I use respectful words and tone. Yes. And with dance, sometimes, you know, you might want to physically help someone, but even asking them, is it okay if I touch you? You
personal
know,
space.
Personal space. Yeah.
That's excellent.
Yeah. And so, and, you know, we kind of set those ground rules with the students and with the volunteers and everyone. But honestly, it just boils down to respect. But it has given me more of an outlook on my interactions with every person and just how to treat them.
And to see it in action is even better. So.
And the parents got into the action. You told me, Monique.
She had us do a flash mob dance, right?
Absolutely.
And the kids had no idea the last hip hop dance group that she had, seminar that she had. And it was just amazing. I mean, I couldn't stop laughing. I'm just like laughing and trying to do the moves. And Marley's like, oh my God, Mom, But it was just amazing. And just to see, like you said, about the relationships that the kids are even forming, right? To see that. And speaking to that, Marley's met a guy who's in the last hip hop dance class, and then they end up reconnecting over the summer.
Yeah. Nice.
So relationships are built too through your classes.
Yes.
When we think about inclusion, right? This also teaches people, or not just us, neurotypical, but also teaches people that people with different abilities can do all kinds of amazing things.
Absolutely.
And so when you put them on display like that, people can see it, right? And not only that, I think it's reciprocal in that for Marley, for example, he's like, wow, I was out there. I was a little afraid to get up there and dance in front of those people, but I did it. So it's conquering and overcoming their own fears, but also showing people that they're very capable of doing amazing things.
Yeah. And that's why we started the performance group. So the Dance Pointe that's the classes. And then we realized there were, and it's not for everybody, but there were certain dancers who, they wanted to get out there and perform, right? Yeah. They had the moves and they wanted everybody to see it. And it just dawned on me, let's do this. Let's give them those opportunities. And so we called it Empower Dance Team. And we would have rehearsals, they'd have costumes, and they would get out there and show everybody what they could do.
And they are fantastic.
They are fantastic. And they bring the house down wherever they go.
Love it.
They really do. The energy's there for sure.
How fun. That's amazing. So what this might look like for you in the future is going to change a bit. Do you want to talk about that? But it could spread it across America.
I know. I'm excited.
Would that be cool?
Yes.
Yes.
So it is going to look a little bit different. I'll be moving from Houston to Dallas here before too long. So I won't be here on, a day-to-day basis. However, we're going to take it virtual. So we're still going to have our same classes, same format, everything. And our hugs will just be virtual. But we'll still have a little community time to get to, figure out what everybody's been doing and stuff like that. But still structure everything the same way. So we'll still see each other on a weekly basis, and hopefully maybe spread the word that people across Houston, Texas, the United States, that they can join us and be a part of something that's just so special. I will come back and I've already have space reserved. I already have themes picked out. And we're going to do quarterly workshops here in Houston. Wonderful. So we'll meet online on a weekly basis, but then once every 3 months, get back together. Nice. And in December, we'll do what I'm calling just Jingle Bell Rock, and we'll have some fun. And that's what's fun about the workshops is we bring a theme to it and kind of pull it all together, and they can dress up if they want to, and that makes it a lot of fun. And then I'll try to grow the classes in Dallas as well, in that area. And
Dallas, by the way, has a really active community. Well, I know people who are there. In fact, one of our previous guests came from Dallas.
Oh, right.
And was very involved in the Down syndrome community. So perhaps we could make that connection.
Yes. Love it.
And have you connect with them.
Yeah. So Dallas, listen, you are very lucky.
Oh, we're coming.
You're getting Cammie O'Hara. She's coming.
We're going to miss Cammie.
Put on your dance shoes, Dallas.
That's right. But we're going to miss Cammie, but we know that great things are really in store. And I hope to have Marley be able to participate. When you said virtual dance, I was thinking about when we were in virtual school. school.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yes.
And he was like, oh, mom. I was like, we're going to do this. We're really going to do this. You know, virtual PE. Have you ever had virtual PE? You know?
I remember during COVID, the kids did. Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
So we'll be doing a lot of that.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah.
definitely appreciate all that you've done.
Thank you.
To support the communities and also just the work, the passion that you put into it.
I
Definitely.
love it.
I was also going to ask you too about how you came to incorporate ballet. Because I think that works really well in terms of balance and things like that. So tell us a little bit more about that.
Absolutely. So, you know, I think most people know, and if you don't, we're going to say it right here, that ballet is the foundation of all other dance. And so that's where most of the technique comes from, is from that foundation. And so I think it's important. However, it's gotten a bit of a bad rap out there as being, you know, stiff and boring and that kind of thing. Yeah. So we definitely make it super fun, you know, and it's all in your attitude. It's all in maybe the music that you're playing. But like I said, I also use the correct terminology. And believe it or not, I give them little quizzes each week on what they learned the week before. And they love to show off, you know, because they remember.
Yeah.
Right. And so just kind of making it cumulative like that. And then we do, if you've heard contemporary dance, it's like almost like lyrical style, and contemporary, kind of a little bit different, a fusion, if you will. But then that way we can put on some music that they enjoy, maybe Disney music or something like that. And we use a lot of that ballet technique, but then they can sing with it. They can flow with it a little bit more and use that emotion and that performance quality in there. Yeah.
It's funny you say that.
Let us know.
Yeah, and I was going to say it must be so good, and you mentioned it, for their sense of movement and balance.
Yes.
And music. A lot of times people say it's good for your concentration and communication and lots of different things.
Well, I recently told the students that as dancers, they are some of the smartest people in the world. Because not only do they have to remember the technique, right, and try to perform it correctly, you know, then with choreography, you have sequencing. So you have to remember what comes next after each, right? So they're engaging their brain. And then there's the performance part of it too, whether it's some sort of emotion that they're supposed to be presenting, or if it's just a big smile on their face, it doesn't really matter. But you've got so many things working together that I'm like, look at that. I think the dancers are just phenomenal, amazing, and just so intelligent, right? Yeah.
I love it. And the blending, like you said, of all those intelligencies, right? Because they have to have spatial intelligence.
Yes.
You've got to use, you know, their emotional intelligence, right? And all of that.
You're absolutely
their
correct.
mathematical intelligence, because we got to count.
Right.
We're going to do step 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, exactly. And on top of that, then you're gaining all the benefits from it too, right?
Exactly.
You're getting all the
heart
like
health,
you said, all the physical benefits that you gain from it. And then, like we know, I mean, music brings so much joy to people, right?
Yes.
I mean, I don't know any person who
music
doesn't
breaks
enjoy
down barriers.
Yes. And that's the thing about dance is some people say, oh, yeah, I can't do that. I'm not good at that. I think anybody can dance, right?
Exactly.
Because even if you're in a wheelchair, you can move your arms, you know, you can maybe your head, something. And whatever it is, you can just feel that beat. And it does. I keep using that word joy, but it does. I think that's
all those
what it boils down to.
It's good for you.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for
joining
me.
us today.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm
Cammie
super
O'Hara.
thrilled.
So
We
much fun.
appreciate you. Yes. Thanks.
Please
everybody.
share out.
We'll put Cammie's information in the show notes so that if people are interested in this, you have a way of finding Cammie and her wonderful
awesome.
group, Dance Pointe.
Yes.
And everybody else, happy dancing. We'll see you on the next episode. Thanks for joining us.